We're doing joint.
We will open the council meeting for our joint meeting with the commissioners when they come out of recess.
And we will reconvene our commissioner meeting for the joint meeting.
You go ahead. I don't have an agenda.
Oh. Got it. So we had an amended ordinance, county investment policy from treasurer's office.
It's just a correction.
Okay. So Linda said it was just correcting the date on that?
Yes, ma'am,
You
that's
just need
correct.
signature for that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do I have a motion for,
I'll make that motion.
Steve, can you second that, please? Is he on? He's on.
He's got to unmute.
I'll second it for my signature. Motion from Rob, second from myself.
I second. I was on mute and didn't realize it.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. So I'm. All right. As I'm throwing things, sorry. Fantastic. I don't know how many copies you need though.
If we didn't make, I don't know, okay.
That's fine.
Is that it then?
Yep.
Okay.
So just on the.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
This is on the investment. So
Yes.
do we need to vote on that also?
On the actual, they had the
I had to
policy,
sign.
you had the ordinance. So you guys, and it's changing the years.
So did you guys all get
Copy
copies
the
of
ordinance.
this? Yeah. So we just need a motion to approve the ordinance as presented. Is that correct?
Yes.
So moved.
Second.
Motion from Nick, seconded by Matt, to approve the ordinance as presented for the investment policy discussion.
What date were you talking about getting changed?
When you're looking down in here in the years, we had missed a year.
2026.
Yes, so this will come back to you in September.
It's a multi-year,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Any other questions or discussion? We have a motion on the floor to approve the ordinance. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Is that it with that?
American Legion, post 375.
Have a hearing aid turned on.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for your service.
I've only got 3.
Yep.
Budget time.
My name is Steve Sharp. I'm the commander of Post 375 of the American Legion in Lake Village. And we are here today representing Post 375, not the Honor Guard. So I'd like to make that distinction. The reason we're coming is we want to make you aware of an opportunity that we have recently been afforded. And I think it has something to do with the county. And what it is we've been working for 10 years to try to get a static display for Lake Township next to our memorial. And for 10 years, we've written letters to the United States Army asking for whatever that they might have. Well, this year, after 10 years, we did receive a letter, and I'd like to read it. Congratulations, American Legion Post 375 in Lake Village, Indiana. You have been selected by the Army Donations Program Office to receive the offer of U.S. Army-owned equipment for static display purposes. We have reserved the M1918 Schneider gun with the serial number 360 for your organization, and it is currently located in Anniston, Alabama. That's Fort McClellan. This offer is contingent on the organization completing the next set of requirements. And it says you're not permitted to physically transfer the equipment without receiving prior authorization from the Army Donations Program Officer. Your point of contact for the Army Donation Program Office is Jacob Bauer, and it gives his email address. So we were taken aback. We didn't think, we had waited 10 years. We never really thought anything would happen. This particular gun is a historic weapon. If you heard the serial number, it's number 360. That starts out from 1 and goes however far they go. So it is a very historic cannon. It's a 155 howitzer. I'd like to go through what has transpired up to this point, and then turn it over to my adjutant Gus for some clarification from him. On November the 20th of 2025, Post 375 received notice of equipment in 5 states being available. Apparently the Army is trying to get rid of everything that they have at all these bases. They sent us pictures. We had, I don't know how many, probably 100 pieces of equipment, tanks, everything, Jeeps. We wanted a tank, but how do you get a tank up here? On December the 10th of 2025, we responded, and we sent a letter saying that we desired to be chosen to receive one of these pieces. Well, on the January 20th of 2026, we received a revised second list. We had asked for a cannon. We were not chosen. Gus and I talked immediately after we got that letter and said, let's go again right now today for this other one. So on the 20th, we turned right around and responded to them. Well, on January 30th of 2026, we received this congratulations letter, which I just read. So at that point, we're looking at one another saying, well, we've got an opportunity to get this cannon. It weighs 10,000 pounds. How do you get a 10,000 pound cannon up here? And so forth. So I want to give it over to Gus to enlighten you a little bit on where we are with the process.
Good morning. I'm going to give you the static display vehicle preparation checklist that they sent as a ground point for this rest of this conversation and the dialogue that has gone back and forth between us. Numbers have been created, but they're all soft numbers. There's no hard numbers to get our hands around yet. We believe that they're not at work now. They're part of this shutdown. All the communication has stopped here recently, okay? Anyhow, as I looked at this thing, I looked at it financially as if it was coming out of my retirement fund, so I'm protecting, obviously, cost and quality. I've had 35 years in surface transportation business in this country, so that helped me. Site preparation, concrete pad. This is part of their incentive program to have the pad in place, pictures on their property before they turn the item loose. They want you to spend some money before they get the item. We have done some preliminary work at where it's going to be, how much it might cost, and so forth, a couple of different sizes, because along with everything else, the detail for the item itself is a little fuzzy, and you'll see that in a minute. Transportation letter. This piece of equipment belongs to the United States Army and always will. It's gone loan to the people who have it. So they're very interested from a liability standpoint, who carries it, who moves it around. Demilitarization, fluid removal, battery removal, weapon deactivation, engine deactivation, access panel security, final inspection, restoration, and maintenance and preservation. So you get the gist of what the program looks like. Many of these items do not adhere to what we're doing. We don't have a battery in this thing, there's no fluid. But I want to move to our response to this. We confirmed that a gravel concrete pad will be constructed. Photo will be forwarded in the spring as weather allows. Answer, just give us a projected date of completion and exact location for the display pad, and we'll grant your request to delay construction until that date. And that's been given up. I pushed it all the way into 4th of July for completion. Pad sometime in May, just to give us that space. And of course now they're giving us more space, because when they come back to work, we don't know when they're going to catch up to the timetable. Question, may we perform repairs and restoration on a local site prior to final display? Yes, if the gun is going to be moved to a location other than the display site for restoration, repair, demilitarization, then you must provide that location, contact information for the location, as well as a timetable for the work to be completed. What I've suggested is the pole barn on my property was a truck shop. The Bruner family had it set up as a shop. And as far as I'm concerned, it still is. And it's secure. I've got an RV in there. So I can demonstrate to them that this doesn't have to be on a unique piece of property. It could be repaired and so forth in my pole barn. We're waiting for that answer too. Confirmed, the transportation letter will be provided and all Department of Transportation rules and regulations will be adhered to. I threw a question, can you forward all physical information regarding the gun, i.e. weight, dimensions, parts not connected, etc., etc.? Answer, this appears to be a non-standard piece of some sort of Cold War era barrel extension stub caliber device fitted to it, the barrel, so I can only make an educated guess regarding the length and weight. These items are unique, and they have to be had in order to transport this thing. So I've asked them for a connection down there. I need to be able to talk to somebody, maybe get some current pictures. Maybe somebody goes out there, you know, with a ruler and measures it. Weight of the standard gun is 9,120 pounds. Assume 10,000 with the extension. So that's where we are. We're assuming 10,000. Length of the standard gun is 21.5, assume 30 feet, width 5 feet. No wheels are present with the gun, and you can see that on the pictures that you have there. Is there equipment on site to load the gun onto my truck? maybe. But we must confirm with personnel on the site. We don't know what the connection is between the people there that have this item and the people that we're dealing with who we think are up in Michigan. So we're forcing them to communicate with the people down there, because if we have to load it, okay, we can hire somebody to come in and load it up. But you're getting the gist of this. Okay, we talked about no fluids and batteries. We confirmed that the weapon deactivation will be performed if needed. Well, it will be needed. Recoil rails need to be welded, preventing the mechanism from travel. Breech must be welded closed. Elevation and traverse mechanisms must be welded in place. The barrel plugged with concrete. The welding shouldn't take an hour with a truck-mounted ARC welder, and you can create an obstruction about arm's length down the barrel just to pack the end of the quick-set concrete. This will keep the item from becoming barrel heavy and prevent stability issues for your display. Confirm the final inspection will be followed. All paperwork must be completed, blah, blah, blah. Anyhow, you got the picture? We do. We know where we sit. We've got ourselves positioned to respond to them now for whatever questions they've got next, but they owe us a lot, and we'll get it. We've reviewed all this with Nikki in town. We've stomped on the ground. We've sent them an overhead view Google map of where the spot is for the location of this thing. I've sent them local pictures of the monument because it appears like we should be just to the northwest of the center of the monument. They have all that information. I've sent them all the information about my pole barn location and contact and so forth, okay? The transportation letter has been sent, so they've got that in place. We're waiting for an endorsement, at this point. I will throw this out to you. I spent the last 12 years in the metals recycling business, so everything's by the pound. 10,000 pounds, $1 a pound, $10,000. That's the number to beat, and I'm sure we can. And with that, I'll turn it back to Mr. Sharp at the end of my presentation.
Thank you, Gus. So, where we are is that we're waiting for some information to come back. One of the things that I'd like to bring to your attention is the fact that this is a World War I piece. In our cemetery at Lake Village, we have 36 World War I veterans buried. And if you go to Oakland and some of the other cemeteries in Newton County, there are a lot of World War I veterans. We'd like to bring this World War I piece to Newton County. We think, going to have to seek some financial assistance somewhere. We don't know. We have some monies. We don't have everything in yet. For instance, how much is that trucking going to cost us? We've been around Newton County. We've got people available that have equipment that can take the gun off the truck. We've got to place it where it will go. Those kinds of things we've already got. We've got the guys available to make the gun presentable. It'll have to be sandblasted, painted. We're running down tires for it. Believe it or not, I found some. Awesome. But our purpose here today is to inform the county about this. We would like to ask if you have any funds available or any ideas about any kind of grants or anything that is available that we might pursue. We don't know exactly what this thing's going to cost altogether, but we would certainly like to get it into Newton County and get it in this, on a display. I think Newton County right now has 2 cannons over at Rose Lawn, and then as far as I know, it's the only 2 displays that we have in the county, other than I think there may be one down at the courthouse. So in closing, I would just like to ask you for consideration if there are monies or grants or anything available that you would be willing to help us with. We would certainly appreciate it. We didn't realize what we were getting into, actually. It wasn't go get it, bring it back, set it on the ground. That's not how it happens. We've got everything in place to get the gun made so that it can't be fired. We've got the welders, we've got everything here. The biggest part right now is going down there and getting the gun on a truck and getting it back. And then the pad, we have a quote for that. We've sent them everything we've got. We don't know exactly what the total is going to be. We know we don't have as much as we will need probably. So in closing, we're just asking if the county has monies available or any idea of how we might make some additional monies to cover the cost of this, we would be appreciative of it. And again, if we can't get it enough, we just can't get the gun here. But we would certainly like to try, and we'd like to have your help in doing so. So thank you for listening to us this morning. And if you have any questions, we'd be more than willing to answer them if we can.
Was your ballpark number 10,000? Is that what you're going for, or what is your ballpark number that you're looking for?
Yeah, I'd stay with that ballpark of $1 a pound and 10,000 until we can refine more of the information that we don't have.
Okay.
And we're going to pull that down. I just don't know. I don't know just exactly how we're going to get there yet. Okay.
Yeah, we don't have all of the quotes. The trucking quote is a big one. And once we get everything together, we'll have a pretty good idea. But I would say it's in that range, and maybe a little south of that. I don't know.
You know, if it requires a trip to Alabama, I'm just going to go down there. As simple as that, you know.
It's a road trip in here, maybe.
It's not that far away.
But we do thank you, and hopefully you can see a way to give us some opportunity to get some monies or to find some somewhere and help get this thing a reality in our county. So thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Matt, would this be something that the foundation would, the type of project they might consider?
That's a good question. I'll ask that. Could the Jasper Newton Foundation
The Jasper
possibly?
Newton Foundation might be an option.
That's a good question.
Matt's on that board.
Yeah.
Well, the gun is like I said, it's a historical piece. It was made, actually, the Snyder gun is a 1918 model, but this particular gun was made in the mid-20s, and it was used in World War II also. And it is unique in that it has a barrel extension on it, which there are not very many of them out there. They took it from a 155 down to a 105. I don't know why, but you can see the barrel out there and the outside riggers and there. I wouldn't want to have been the guy that pulled it the first time to see if it's fired, but, and it's a possibility that we could bring it back to the 155, take that barrel extension out, in the process of getting this gun, together. So I just think it's a great opportunity. We were not expecting this. And of course, now we've got it, we're doing everything we can to make it a reality. And we would certainly appreciate anything that you could do for us. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great project.
Yes. More than I thought I was gonna have to take on.
Thank you both for your service.
Yes, thank you.
Matt, do you know when the cutoff is for the next application round for the community grant?
I don't. I'll make it find out.
First.
Yeah,
I had, it's only what, 5,000?
at 7,500, I thought. Right around that, though. Yeah. Oh,
Do you guys need? All right, we're moving on to the Economic Development Goodland Project.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm here with Jim Butler. He's the Goodland Town Council president. And back in 2023, prior to that, we actually helped Morocco establish some housing. The Morocco Town Council, a small subdivision out here, 7 lots, established the covenants, got it ready for sale, sold it to a builder, and I think the last home's being built on it now. So Morocco was able to capture 7 new homes. Housing's a big problem nationally, and then additionally here in Newton County in order to provide our labor force. And so in 2023, Goodland came to Economic Development asking if we could create some type of agreement like that to provide housing opportunities for there. And what it would be a 0% interest loan of $140,000, payable in 3 installments, with the potential of part of the last payment being waived. And so the council has made the first 2, so they have paid in $80,000, and they sent us a letter asking for that waiver of a final payment. And the way the contract was written in 23 definitely included both us as economic development, my board, and then the council and commissioners because of the type of project it was. So my board was in favor of doing that, and the next step was to ask Jim to come in front of you folks to ask for the same type of collaboration and permission to waive that. We just felt it was appropriate that it received waiver from both boards here also.
What section of the agreement was that stated in as far as the forgiveness of the 3rd installment?
The last page.
There's mention of it up in the agreement. If you look,
I see it.
are you? Okay, good. When all of the discussion leading up to this with Tim Myers, and in fact, this is how Tim remembers it today, was that the final payment would be waived at your discretion upon our request. That's what we thought we were getting into, but unfortunately, on the last page, Appendix A, it just says $20,000 of the last payment. We understand the four corners of the agreement, and we have to live within the four corners of the agreement, and we accept that. We understand that. What we are asking you is if you could amend that so that the entire final payment could be waived. And if you cannot do that, then we ask you to waive the $20,000 according to the agreement. That's our request. If we can get, this particular project we're doing now is for 6 houses. If that all works out well, we're going with a USDA loan, which is, we've been told it's imminent as things get with USDA. Their calendar certainly doesn't run like everybody else's calendar. But if everything goes well with this 6, then we're going to do another 8. So that's kind of where we are.
And these funds that came out of our donation side of the budget, and that's where the payments have been returned. But just allowing that waiver, you know, I felt needed to come in front of these two boards also.
So you're saying the funds were initially from economic development's budget?
Yeah.
In your donation line item?
I believe that, no, which,
We pulled that directly out of landfill money.
Yeah.
It was, yeah,
I thought it was
we had to
probably
put
business
additional,
development.
there should have been an additional portion.
I mean, I just want to be sure that, because your donation line item is different than your business development.
correct. So Tammy, that went back into the general landfill? Into your
So
landfill?
technically, the one receipt did get put into your donation, but really, wherever the money comes out needs to be received back in.
It's supposed to go by statute.
So back in '23, it wasn't taken out of that line, our line?
When
No,
we-
I'm pretty sure we did an addition on that.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Out of landfill too, it ran through economic development, if I remember right, that could be a little sketchy.
Well, that's just, I mean,
so there was
trying to,
one payment that did get put into the donation, but it's been brought to our attention that wherever you take it out, it really has to go back in. So the last payment went back into landfill. 'Cause my books
no,
were
that don't make total sense of where you take it, and it needs to go back. I just was under the impression prior to my position that that was taken out of landfill, out of economic development landfill funds, not in agreement with you. Does it make sense?
But your fund is still 4905, which is landfill, so when you received everything in, it goes back in as a whole. If you need it, then you gotta ask for it back. I can't ever receive it back in the exact line item it came out.
Okay.
It always goes back in as total cash.
Comments, questions? I mean, it sounds like it's been a good project. It's worked, got houses up.
We're working on putting the houses up.
Right, I mean, it is, yeah.
And is that something that's come through the board, Mike? The
No,
Economic Development Board?
no, that would be through the town, the actual workings of the survey and USD applications and all that stuff has been through the council.
Oh, just not
It's
through the
council,
Economic
yeah.
Development?
Yeah, we were just, when I say we, collectively, we're just the financial body to help them do all the surveying, engineering, USDA applications, everything that goes into making a minor subdivision, road locations, survey plats, stuff like that. We were this financial body to help them, but they've done all that legwork.
What would we need to do to amend this agreement to state that the forgivable amount on the third payment is the 40,000 rather than the 20?
Why don't you just waive the 20,000 like's in the contract and be done with it?
That, or if we amend it to forgive the full payment, I think that's what Tom's asking.
Yeah.
What would be the procedure on that one? Do we just, by a motion to amend it? And that was done by both bodies, I believe. Is that right?
Well, the commissioners entered into the contract and you guys provided the funding.
So we would need to make a motion from each board that mirror each other if we decide we're going to do that.
So they would have to make the motion first to agree to it.
Well, I think we would first because we were financially make.
Okay.
But we provide that opportunity for them to change the contract. Would that be correct? The council would probably want to do that first? Does that make sense?
I thought because they entered into the contract, they might have to agree to it first before we could agree to forgive it.
How about if I make a motion to approve the forgiveness of the third installment with the caveat that it be equal to the amount of what the commissioners decide to amend, if anything.
I'll second that.
Motion by Tom, seconded by Mick to, I'm going to let you repeat that, make sure I get it right.
To approve the amount of amendment to that forgiveness of the third installment that the commissioners decide to approve, either approve and amend it to say 40,000 or just leave it at the 20.
Everybody understand that?
We'll probably send it back. We need to know what you guys want to do. You guys hold the money.
Well, I think our motion will be that we forgive the third installment of the Goodland Agreement for Economic Development.
Right. And either,
Depending on what you decide to give.
Gives you the opportunity to make it 20 if you want.
Ours is up to 40,000.
But we
It's
can make it,
amended for the final third payment, it would then parallel with the other contract that the other town received, right? That'd be the idea.
Time out, I gotta know what your motion is.
Yeah.
I know you guys are discussing, but I have to have, there was a motion and a second. We can't kind of keep changing the wording, so we've got to get whatever the motion is, please.
I'll simply put, the motion is to approve the forgivable, or to forgive the third installment and make that the approved amount that we would forgive, if you will. The $20,000 as indicated in the original agreement, unless the commissioners choose to amend the agreement to the 40,000.
now I'm confused.
Still leaving it up to them.
So it would be to forgive the third installment. Contingent upon the commissioners.
According to what the commissioners decide, the value of that.
How do you have it written down? 'Cause
I am totally lost. I have approved for a forgivable third installment amount, forgiven of the 20 of the original unless commissioners amend the 40 contingent. I'm lost.
That's pretty much what I'm trying to express.
So are you wanting just, this says 20,000. The
Right.
forgivable, they're asking us 40. They're asking to amend the contract to 40.
Right.
Okay.
So
would
basically,
the motion be to amend the contract to 40,000? Versus
nutshell.
Only commissioners can amend the contract.
Right.
You're just amending the amount.
Right.
Okay.
Nick? Nick seconded. Any other discussion? You have it.
I think so.
Do you want to repeat what you have then?
What I read is what he said he didn't want to do, so.
Okay. Everybody clear on that? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. So now you guys can amend.
Okay, so then for the commissioners, the council's vote was to forgive up to 40,000
Correct.
and amend the forgive $20,000 of payments due on December 31st, 2026 pursuant to the terms of the loan agreement. So it is now our decision if we are going to amend from the 20 to the 40. Do we have Steve still?
Um, so am I understanding this correctly? Not only are they wanting us to forgive the 20 that we don't have to, but is in the contract that we can, they're wanting to get another 40,000 forgiven on top of the 20?
No.
So 20, so total of 40,000, Steve.
But the contract says that, so they got 0% interest loan, and we can forgive, don't have to, can forgive 20,000 of it. That's what the contract says, correct? As of now.
However, yes, the county may, in its sole discretion, forgive $20,000 of the payment due on December 31st, 2026 pursuant to the terms of the loan agreement.
But I make the motion to leave the contract the way it is and forgive the 20,000. I don't understand why we're breaking a contract or amending it.
Okay.
Second.
I have a motion from Steve and a second from Rob to keep the forgiven 20,000 of the payment as stated in the contract, original contract.
And forgive that 20,000, but no
Forgive
more.
the 20,000. That's, yeah. So we're only forgiving the 20,000, not the 40.
Perfect.
That's the motion.
Okay.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your consideration.
So then, so they already paid them though, right? No, they will.
Oh, okay, okay. That's
So
why I
it'll
didn't know if we
actually be
had
20
to,
So
okay,
their next payment isn't until December 31st of this year.
gotcha.
Which
Gotcha.
will only be 20.
Okay. I just want to make sure we didn't owe them. Okay.
And I can show you guys the original check.
Yes.
And
Yep,
then
yep.
the installments.
Right. It's in the packet. Okay.
All right, any other matters for the joint meeting? Otherwise, commissioners will close to allow council. Motion to adjourn, commissioners?
I'll make that motion to adjourn.
Yeah, I'll second.
Motion from Rob, second from Steve. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Thank you,
We don't
Steve.
need to close, do
You-
we? Okay. We'll move right into the regular meeting of the county council.
Yeah, let me switch. Hold on.
Oh, gonna be a real short break, I hope.
Got some more feet.
No, she has to change the